What's poppin', T Squad? It's your girl Keisha, and I'm here with tonight's all tea, all shade Xscape. Still kicking it season premiere review. So happy to see these ladies on reality television. I grew up listening to Xscape. Me and my best friends used to sing their songs all the time. I was in a girl group growing up. Me and my friends could all sing. We used to sing their songs in talent shows and stuff like that, doing recess and everything. You couldn't tell us we were not Xscape. We dressed like them, we sang like them, we did everything like them. They came out, I think, when I was in the 4th or 5th grade. Love the group, used to give my life to them growing up, love seeing them on BET growing up, on Video Soul and shit like that. So it was just so nostalgic to see them come all this way years later and be on Bravo and get back together. I've always wanted them to reunite. Hopefully we get some new music out these old bitches, because I want to hear some new songs. But let's get into tonight's review. So when we start off this episode, all the ladies are back and they are looking great. Nobody looks terrible. Everybody looks great for their age. Everybody looks really pretty. Everybody's hair and makeup, outfits, and everything was on point in their confessionals. Love that. Kandi especially looked really pretty. I love that little lace sheer top that Tamika had on. Tiny looked really cute. LaTocha looked really slim and trim and cute. Everybody looked amazing. So we start off the episode immediately starting with the bullshit. Kandi says that Tasha wanted to go solo first, and then LaTocha says that no, Kandi wanted to go solo. Then they bring up Tamika going on the radio and saying that Kandi fucked Jermaine Dupri and all is so deaf, and even Jermaine Dupri daddy. And I was like, well, all right. I remember when this happened. Kandi was pissed off about it. She's been pissed off about it for years and said that she would never reunite with them because of what Tamika did, and until she gets an apology, she didn't want to have nothing to do with the Scott sisters. So Kandi starts crying in her confessionals. You know, she gets to do her shirt cry. It says that she can't believe that Tamika did that to her because she was like a sister to her and she would have did anything for her. Kandi says that she saw online that Jermaine Dupri was doing an Xscape movie without their consent and that they all needed to band together to stop it. That's the only reason basically why she even started back fucking with these hoes. But even in order for them to do that, to even stop this so-called movie, she wanted an apology from Tamika on air, on radio, retracting what she said years before that Kandi fucked all of so deaf. And if what she said was true about Kandi, I would want a public apology too. You did it on the radio, you need to apologize on the radio. So, of course, Tamika did that. She went on Big Ticket Show and said that what she said years before was a lie, and she apologized to Kandi. Kandi got her apology, but she said it really honestly didn't make her feel any better once she got it. And sometimes that goes to show people be holding on to stuff that really honestly needs to be let go. They were young when all that shit happened. People were kids, but she did need to apologize. So they go on the Big Ticket Show, and Big Ticket asks, so what's next? When is the group together? You know, when is the group going to go on tour? When are we going to get a new album? What's happening next? Kandi looking like, so hold up, bro. I ain't say we was back together. I just wanted a motherfucking apology. Like, y'all taking this shit too far. Shit, I'm already good. I'm a multi-motherfucking millionaire. I already got several shows on television, a sex toy line, a kids clothing line, and all this other shit. I don't need to get back with this little Ricky Dink chitlin circuit ass group. She's like, no, ma'am. So they all get together for drinks and to talk. They discuss how, you know, the group formed and everything. Tamika asks Kandi if she's still mad and feels like her apology was genuine. Kandi, in her confessional, says, you know, she wants to forgive her, but it's very hard. Now, as far as Tamika's concerned, I think she needs to let that go. She said you fucked somebody you didn't fuck. Get over it. I feel like if you still that mad over that shit, something in that shit must have been true. Something in you must have fucked Jermaine, or something was true and you didn't want the world to know about that. Because why are you still mad because she said you fucked somebody and she's giving you an apology? It's not that deep. I can see if she said you raped somebody or killed somebody. She said you fucked somebody, you didn't. Get over it. So LaTocha says the Essence Festival has been hitting her up, and the show in Detroit that is really huge wants them to come perform. Kandi don't know about doing the group thing again, you know, because it's just been a lot of turmoil with this whole group situation. She says, you know, they need to, the girls say they all need to go talk to Jermaine about this whole movie situation. And Kandi like, nah, y'all can have that. I don't want to go talk to them. And they like, why? You upset about it. Why don't you want to go talk to him about it? And she was like, don't y'all see that was like some snake shit? I ain't got shit to say to him. Now, in my eyes, being someone that is in the industry, I would feel some type of way if you went and had a movie done about my life and you did not consult me. But I wouldn't feel, I do feel like there's some bogus ass shit. I do feel like there's some trifling ass shit. And I feel like as a woman, I would want to go sit down with you face to face and see like what was your mindset in doing that. So I don't understand why she wouldn't want to go talk to him about it. I don't know. It's just something weird there between her and Jermaine. LaTocha just like, fuck all that. We gonna do S's and all, cause I need a bag. I need this motherfucking check to clear, bitch. I'm trying to get these coins. They all agree to just take it one step at a time and see how this shit goes. Then we fast forward 2 weeks later, they in full on rehearsals. They have decided to push ahead with this shit. Tamika ain't there because she got the bubble guts and shit. Tiny calls her and tell her to get there because it's their first day of rehearsals. I'm like, how you gonna miss your first day of rehearsal, girls? I understand you shitting and got diarrhea and shit, but you need to take some Imodium AD or something to stop that shit up. Eat you some fiber or something, I don't know, and get your ass to rehearsals. Y'all ain't rehearsing 20-something years. It's y'all first rehearsal. Get your big ass there. So Tamika agrees to come finally. And if you notice, it's very business-like between Kandi and the sisters. Like, it's apparent that she don't fuck with them. They work on My Little Secret first. You're my little secret, and that's how we should keep it. I promise y'all I can sing, but my mouth is dry right now. I've been talking all goddamn day. Anywho, so Tamika and her new ass show up. I mean, that new ass she got on her back looked like 2 big ass basketballs stuffed in her spandex exercise pants. Oh my God, her butt is humongous. She got that tummy tuck. She got her new ass and some hips. Go ahead on, Tamika. Tamika says, unlike all the other girls, she never cared who sang lead. That's why she always showed up the fuck late. It was the other girls that was always clamoring to get that #1 spot. All she wanted to do was harmonize and, get a spot in here and there. Kandi says LaTocha was the oldest when they formed the group, and that they used to all follow her lead. Kandi was the youngest, so they used to treat her like the baby and never really take her seriously. But now she's a grown woman with all these businesses, and she wants her respect as a businesswoman and someone to respect her ideas. And I can understand that. LaTocha says that she is the voice of the group. And I'm going to be honest with you. LaTocha is the voice of the group. When you think about Xscape, you think about LaTocha, Scott. You think about Tamika. Them hoes could sing. Then you thought about Kandi. Then you thought about Tiny. But the group and the face of Xscape was LaTocha. She had that powerhouse voice that I agree with. So they then practice understanding. And when it gets to Candice part, they cut off real quick. And she realized they just switched up the harmonies and shit when they were just a threesome after Kandi left the group, got kicked off the group, whatever you want to call it. Kandi like, I'm gonna do this how I know whether y'all want to hear it or not. Kandi feels if it would have worked with them being a threesome, that they wouldn't have thought twice about her. But since it didn't work out, they need her. Do I agree with that? I don't necessarily 100% agree with that. I think the sisters would have welcomed her back regardless. Because when you think of Xscape, you don't think of them as a threesome like Destiny's Child and shit like that. You think of all 4 of them together. So I don't really think that them girls are that malicious that they wouldn't have welcomed her back if she would have wanted to come back. Then Drea, R. Kelly's ex-wife, shows up. And that bitch body is just sick. And Drea body is life, honey. And Drea can dance her ass off. Don't get it twisted. Kandi ain't feeling all the booty jiggling moves she got them doing because Kandi can't dance and says the other girls can't. And she just sticks out like a sore thumb. And it's because she's making herself stick out like a sore thumb. Tamika says it's 2 rehearsals going on, the sad rehearsal with Kandi and the happy rehearsal with them. And I 100% agree with that because Kandi is just acting like a fucking stick in the mud. Like, girl, either you going to do it, be in the group, give it your 100% of candy-coated nights, or not do it at all. Like, She had a fucking sourpuss face the whole time, rolling her eyes, groaning, complaining. Like, girl, you bringing down the whole vibe. Like, go home with that shit. We all grown now. Like, stop it. You acting like a fucking 5-year-old. Stop it. And I think it's because Kandi runs her own business and she's so used to being the boss and people answering her. And now she's in a group setting where she has to agree with other people and she doesn't know how to do that. But girl, you got to get it together. So after rehearsals, Tiny and Kandi talk, and Kandi admits she feels lost and that she doesn't fit in with them. And I'm like, well, girl, you don't fit in because you're not trying to fit in. You still holding on to shit that happened 20 years ago. You don't trust them. You don't low-key like them. And you don't really fuck with them. And so until you get over that situation, no, you're not going to fit in. She can't get with all the sexy stuff. And I'm like, how you of all people can't get with some sexy stuff when all you do is talk about dick and sucking dick and sugar-coated walls and dildos and shit all damn day. Girl, you better bend over and put your back into it, girl. So at Tiny's house, we see her children and everything, and she talks about her being separated and divorcing T.I., but you know damn well they ain't divorcing. She kind of comes over and says that it looked like somebody been fucking her in front of Tiny mama. I know we all grown women, but bitch, no. Not in front of her mama. So she asks her if she go get some dick from Tip or whatever from time to time, but Tiny don't answer, but we all know she do. So she asks, how are things going with the group? And Tiny says, you know, it is rough, girl, that, you know, people tend to forget that a third of the group, meaning Kandi, is super rich, don't really need to be there, and that's how they acting. Low-key shade. She kind of says, you know, money is money, and hoes need to humble thyself, and I 100% agree. Get this coin, suck it up, go to work, and do what the fuck you gotta do. So Tiny says the girls don't know each other anymore. And I agree, they don't know each other anymore. It's been years since they've been a group. It's been years since they've even been in a room with each other. I felt like before they even started this shit, them hoes should have went on a retreat, did some trust exercises, spent a week together, held up in a room, fight that shit out, shit, duke it out, get on some old boxing shit with each other, bang that shit out, and come back fresh new. Because they really need to box. They need to catch a fade with one another. Kandi versus the Scott sisters, one-on-one, catch that fade, get drunk, talk that shit out, and keep it moving. So Kandi is going over the set list that Tasha sent over, and Kandi thinks that the set list is boring. Don Juan comes over to visit. LaTocha and Tamika are exercising with LaTocha's husband, Rocky, who is also her manager. Tamika feels like Kandi isn't giving 100% during rehearsals, which she isn't. The sisters feels like she's alienating herself and hasn't let go of the past, which she has not. LaTocha tells them that the set list she came up with is bomb, but then we switch to Kandi and Don Juan talking about it. And Don Juan says they need to begin with the smash and end with the smash. I agree. Don Juan tells them they need to get their business together before the first performance or it's going to be a disaster, and Kandi agrees. At their next rehearsal, Tamika shows up on time to find Kandi already there. She asks Kandi how she feels about the set list, and Kandi makes a face. And LaTocha comes in and asks her how she feels about the set list. Kandi brings out her notebook and they make fun of her and says how Kandi was always the nerd of the group. And I was like, well, her being the nerd of the group made this bitch a multi-millionaire. So nerd on, bitch. Nerd the fuck on. So she suggests they start with just kicking it, and Tiny agrees. LaTocha goes with it, but feels like they shouldn't start off with their biggest hit and end with the ballad. I disagree. I don't want you to come out singing no slow song. I want you to come out, kick off your shoes and relax your feet. Party on down to the Xscape beat, just kicking. Just kicking. Just kicking. Oh, I gotta drink some water. Anywho, so Kandi feels like LaTocha likes to control things because she's the oldest. I agree. Her and Kandi are both putting their dicks on the table and seeing who can come first. They are both trying to be the leader, and they both need to have several and stop trying to outdo each other and run shit. They need somebody else to come in, Mona Scott, who's their manager, and make the big decisions. Because as long as them two keep on vying to be that bitch, it's going to continue to be tension in the group. So they all go outside to talk about the show order. The sisters agree, and then Kandi and Tiny agree on what song they feel should go first. Tip then shows up as they're arguing. Kandi asks him what would he want to hear first as a fan. He says they should come out to just kicking it first. LaTocha is pissed, honey, about her facial expression because she did not like that he did not, go with what she would have wanted. And I'm like, here you go with that pissing contest again. Tip calls them legends to Tiny's surprise, and all it did was make her little light-skinned feelings feel better. Tamika says Kandi and LaTocha are trying to be the leader, and I'm like, I'm glad somebody sees the shit. So on day 3 of the rehearsals, they discuss show dates, and Kandi says she can't be there for some of them. Tamika then suggests, asks, well, how would you feel if we do some of the shows without you? And I'm like, girl, how you doing shows without her when y'all just got back together? That makes no sense. People ain't coming to see the 3 of y'all. People want to see all 4 of y'all. That shouldn't even been suggested. That was stupid. So Kandi says, don't put it out there that it will be all 4 of us, and then people show up and it's just 3 of y'all, because if somebody complain about money and they want their tickets back, I don't want to have shit to do with that, which I agree with Kandi. So she said they could have been did shows with just the 3 of them if that's what they wanted to do, because they've done it before. And I'm like, here you go back with that bullshit, Kandi. Tamika says that she had to get the group's name trademark, and she did with all of their names on it. Kandi says she ain't seen no paperwork. Kandi brings up being put out the group and having to sign a paper saying so back in the day. LaTocha says they didn't make her sign it. It was supposed to be just a scare tactic, but Kandi said, fuck y'all hoes. I don't need this group. I'm over here writing his singles for Destiny Child and TLC. Fuck you hoes. I'm going to sign this bitch. Deuces. So the shit end up smacking them in the face. As they're arguing, that's why you never get somebody an ultimatum unless you're prepared to not hear what you want to hear. Mona calls while they're arguing and says that BET called and wants them to perform at the BET Awards. All the girls excited, even Kandi. She amped for it. LaTocha like, girl, you gonna be available? Being funny. And Kandi like, yeah, bitch, I'll be there. I ain't missing no goddamn BET Awards. So they all leave rehearsal, and Kandi talks to Tiny outside, and she feels like Tiny is switching up on her now that they all back together, and she feels like she didn't want to sign her name to anything until she felt comfortable with the sisters again. Tiny says either you're in or you're out. I mean, because I'm tired of this bullshit. And I'm 100% agree with Tiny, because, like, Kandi, stop it. Kandi feels like she's fighting Tiny and the sisters, and that Tiny's against her because she doesn't want to feel like the bad guy all the time. And I was like, you kind of making yourself seem like the bad guy. You shouldn't have jumped into anything and said yes if you weren't 100% ready. You're doing this to yourself. She says Tiny has talked to them over the years, but she hasn't. And I understand that. Tiny has a friendship with them. They never fell out. You fell out with them and you don't have a relationship with them. So at this point, if y'all going to be in the group, you need to set aside all this past animosity. Talk to these girls really on a 100% level, or all your grievances, and see if y'all can get past it. And if you still come out feeling the same way, then just the fuck don't do it. So Tiny says she needs to talk to them honestly, and she doesn't want her to be upset. Tiny agrees and she'll talk to them, and wants Tiny to tell her and text her about anything that goes down, and then the episode goes off. I give the season premiere episode an A+. It's only 4 episodes. I hope that it does so well that Bravo wants to give them a second season, because I think that this show could really be big for them. Let me know what you think about tonight's episode down below in the comment section. Make sure to thumbs up this video. And if you have not joined the T Squad, join the T Squad so you can see what's popping and what's good over here in the hood. Love y'all so much. Make sure to share this video with all your family and friends and on any of your social media sites. And I will see you next for my Married to Medicine review. Bye.